This is a story that I was looking forward to now. Born in 1961 in Bungoma County, Wanyonyi Wafula Chebukati is no doubt a household name in Kenya since his appointment to head the country's electoral body, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, as he gears up for retirement in January 2023. So does beg the question, is Chebukati a hero or a villain?
To ensure that the provisions in the law are followed.
61-year-old Wafula Chebukati, the man who has overseen all the elections since 2017, having come in on January 18, 2017, courtesy of President Uhuru Kenyatta's appointment. The intrigues that surrounded the resignation of the previous electoral team would certainly make Chebukati not anticipate his new role at the helm of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to be a walk in the park.
We are coming in office when the exercise is going on, voter registration is going on. So we are going to hit the ground running to ensure that all the processes and systems involved are in place. Of course, our long-term goal is to ensure IEBC has proper systems in place and processes so that not every year come in, come out election year, we have to redo these things.
If 2022 general elections is anything to go by, he had not anticipated it was to be this rough either. He was appointed alongside 6 other commissioners, namely Vice Chair Consolata Nkatha, Roslyn Akombe, Paul Kibiwot Kurgat, Abdi Gulie, Margaret Mochana, and Boya Molu.
I, Dr. Paul Kibiwot Kurgat.
I, Boya Molu.
I, Professor Abdi Gulie.
I, Kwamboka Roslyn Akombe, Doctor.
I, Margaret Wanjala Mwachanya.
Hi, Consolata Nkatha Butcher Minor.
The resilience, developed during a 36-year career in litigation and dispute resolution, would be tested 7 months after his appointment as his commission oversaw the 2017 general election.
To our brothers who were worthy competitors, we are not enemies. We are all citizens of one republic.
With Uhuru Kenyatta getting elected for a second term as president, the opposition, led by Raila Odinga, would successfully petition the Supreme Court to nullify the result, and a repeat election was sanctioned.
So using some fake ID cards to register people as voters, like we demonstrated.
Despite weeks of protest by the Odinga-led National Super Alliance coalition and calls to overhaul IEBC, Chebukati did not give in. However, Commissioner Roslyn Akombe could not sustain the pressure, quitting before the repeat polls, claiming that some commissioners were partisan and the commission could not deliver a credible election. Although Chebukati reinforced Akombe's claims, adding that commissioners had voted down his intended reforms based on political affiliations, he would oversee the repeat presidential election in which Uhuru Kenyatta was re-elected after Raila Odinga refused to contest. The commission had weathered the storm, or so it thought. In April 2018, the commission was once again making the headlines after the chair, Wafula Chebukati, suspended CEO Ezra Chiloba over what he termed as gross misconduct at the commission, a suspension that would eventually lead to Chiloba getting fired.
I'm told they're not, so that's fine. I cannot force myself in.
The development would see more changes at the commission as 3 commissioners, namely Vice Chair Consolata Nkatha, Paul Kurgat, and Margaret Mochana, resigned. This would leave the commission with a lack of quorum. In 2021, at a time when political campaign mood ahead of the 2022 general election was picking up, Chebukati and IEBC would get a boost as President Kenyatta nominated and appointed 4 new commissioners, Juliana Cherera, Francis Mathenge Wanderi, Irene Masit, and Justus Abonyo, after they were cleared by the National Assembly. This move was aimed at helping the commission attain quorum while making major decisions as well as restoring its integrity. Fast forward to August 2022, as Kenyans headed to the polls to elect new leaders.
Kenya will hold its 12th general election since independence and its 7th since the introduction of multi-party democracy in 1992. And this will be the 3rd general election to be held under the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Kenya is also on the verge of transition of power through an election for its 5th president. This momentous occasion will be in the hands of 22,120,458 registered voters.
To Chebukati's relief, the voting process was quite smooth, or so it appeared, with few cases of malpractices being reported across the country. With voting closed and winners of various elective posts announced, the ball was now in IBC's court as the citizenry waited anxiously to know who would be announced the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. And waiting they did. After 6 days of vote tallying, with constant updates on the progress being made by Chebukati, the D-Day came. Monday 15th August kicked off filled with anxiety as supporters of both camps awaited Chebukati's big announcement. The national returning officer, as per communique to the media, was to name the presidential winner at 3 p.m. A 2-hour delay would see chaos erupt at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya as agents and politicians allied to opposing camps clashed. After calm was restored, Chebukati would announce William Ruto as the president-elect.
So William Samoei has been duly elected as the president.
Ruto praised Chebukati, terming him the country's hero. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party presidential candidate Raila Odinga rejected the results and accused Chebukati of bungling the election.
Avoidance of doubt, I want to repeat that we totally and without reservations reject the presidential results announced yesterday by Mr. Chebukati.
A hero or a villain? The big question as Chebukati marked his last general election ahead of his retirement. For Prime Edition, I'm Richard Monga.